So before we start our discussion, let us pray first. So anyone to lead a prayer? Yes, Miss Nariel. Okay, good morning class. So how is your day? It is good so far. So okay, it's good to know that you are all okay and fine. So far, your attendance, say present if you hear your name. Albaran Angelica, Alcantara Andrea, Aquino Bianca, Bruce MJ. So everyone is present. Okay, good job. So before we tackle our lesson, let us have activity first, which is you will read a video or you will watch a video I prepared that relate to our discussions. The students will get the most points you will see have points added to their quiz that they will take after the lesson, and you'll be divided by two. So group yourself into so everyone is having a group. Okay, that's great. So in this group activity, we will only choose 1 to 2 students to be presented for your group of the reading test. Is that clear? So okay. So take a look and read the video before you are going to present. So you have 5 minutes to practice. Okay, time's up. You may now present. So okay, you are all very nice. I am very pleased you were able to finish the task given to you. So good. So now let's review our lesson last time. Who's the one to answer? Any volunteers? Okay, Miss Bianca, will you please tell us what is you remember about our lesson last time? Okay, thank you for your answer. Another? Okay, good. And what are those functions? Okay, thank you, Miss Angelica. Good job. So for our objectives at the end of the lesson, the students will be able to define the reading skills of macro skills. Second, read the video clip I prepared. Last, classify the importance of strategies of reading skills. So good day, our lesson today is also part of macro skill, which is reading skills. So what is reading skills, class? Can someone define reading skills? Yes, Miss Cruz, Mr. Cruz. Oh, okay, thank you for your answers. Another? So that's great. Okay, very good. In reading skill, it is lead a person to interact and gain meaning from written language. There are several components that one must master which lead to independently or correspond. In reading skill, it is lead a person to interact and gain meaning from written language. There are several components one must master which lead to independently comprehending the intended message being relayed in the written content. So, according to Wallon et al. 2009, first is phonemics awareness, which is defined by the National Reading Panel as recognizing and manipulating spoken words in language. And that's according to Wallon et al. 2009. So, in phonemics awareness, we have 4 parts that build the reading skills of macro skills. So, what is it? So, first is phonics, that defined by the same group as understanding letter sounds, correspondence in reading, and of course, the spelling. Second is oral reading fluency, which is reading text with speed, accuracy, and expressions. So third is component is vocabulary defined as understanding words, read by linking the words to the oral vocabulary. And last is comprehension, defined as directly teaching students to be aware of the cognitive processes. It is cognitive processes that involve in reading. So typically, these 4 parts of phonemics awareness of reading skill of macro skills are developing. Children will start to acquire reading skills in preschool and continue to learn doing a continuous until they reach an independent. Are you getting my points, class? Okay, that's great. Although, additionally, reading skills are abilities that pertain to a person's capacity to read and comprehend and of course interpret and decode written language and text. Although reading skills can be highly beneficial to assimilating and responding to written communication, such as emails, message, letters, and other written message. For example, class, expected that you are read a wide range of texts that include the course reading like lectures, slide books, journals, articles, internet articles, newspaper, research reporters, literature review, case studies, and strategic plans that are connected to the reading skills we have. So, okay, class, in what reading abilities we need us? Anyone to answer? Okay, that's good. Another? Okay, good. Thank you for your answering, Miss Angelica. So in reading abilities, we need us in every day beyond being able to simply understand text. You will need also to critique them, evaluate them, compare and contrast them, and of course apply the information you find out yourself from them or from us. So, for example, this is effective and it seems obvious, but it is importance. So first one is consider where you read. Yes, always consider where you read because always read in a well lit and quiet place that is free of distraction. Second is don't get into the habit of reading uni materials in bed unless you want to go to the sleep. And third, don't vocalize as you read. This will slow you down, it will help concentrate, and it will lead to bad reading approaches. And fourth, read at times when you concentrate and maintain concentration by the talking regular. Short breaks, perhaps every 30 or 45 minutes. So, five, set yourself reading tasks, 10 pages to chapter, one section, or chapter, etc. Okay, and last is to remember that the reading often takes longer than you expect and you often need to go beyond set text. And last is give yourself enough time to read. Okay, class, since we already described and defined the macro skills and reading skills, could you tell me what is reading skills of macro skills I've already discussed? Okay, thank you, Miss Bianca. Okay, then let's move on to our additional discussion. And this is the strategies of reading skills. So, which is the most used method? And this is scanning and skimming also. Anyone to give your own strategies of reading skills? Yes, Aya. Okay, very good. Another? Oh, yes. Thank you. Okay, good job. So, in the process of comprehending text begins before children can read. When someone reads a picture book to them, they listen to the words, see the picture in the book, and may start to associate the words on the page with the words they are hearing and the ideas they present or they represent. So, in order to learn comprehension strategies, students need modeling, of course, practices, and feedback. So, this is the key of comprehension strategies I described below. So, for example, first is read the text, of course. Reading the text very important. And activate prior knowledge is very important also. And use context clues. You may also infer the meaning. Of course, think aloud. And last, you may use or summarize the stories that can help you to understand how to use your reading skill of macro skills. Also, skimming rather, and scanning are reading techniques that you may use to help movement and keywords to move quickly through text for slightly different purposes of reading skills. So, when skimming is, it is reading rapidly in order to get a general overview of the material. So, scanning is reading rapidly in order to find specific facts. So, while skimming, it's tell you what general information is within a sections. Also, scannings help you to locate your particular fact. Uh, skim, skimming is like snorkeling, and scanning is more like part of diving. See, scanning, previewing, reading before you read, reviewing, reading after you read, determine the main idea from a long selection you don't wish to read or when trying to find source materials for research paper. So, skimming refers to the process of reading only main ideas with the passage to get an overall impression of the content of a reading selection to help how to skim. So just read the title, read the introduction or the first paragraph. Of course, read the first sentence of every other paragraph. Also, read any headings and subheadings to make your reading skills enhanced. Of course, notice any picture, charts, or graphs. Notice any italicized or bold-faced words or phrases. Of course, no rather than read the summary. One scanning techniques you want to help you of how to enhance the reading skill of macro skill when you use scanning. So scanning is a reading technique to be used when you want to find specific information quickly. In scanning, you have a question in your mind and you read a passage only to find the answer, ignoring unrelated information. So these types you find out on how to scan. First, state the specific information you are looking for. We also try to anticipate how the answer will appear and what clues you might use to help you locate the answer. For example, if you were looking for a certain day, or you would quickly read the paragraph looking only for numbers, use headings and any other aids that will help you identify which section might contain the information you are looking for. Of course, selectively read and skip through section of the passage. Okay, guys, are you getting my discussion? Okay, good. So before we proceed to your activity, let's have a review about the macro skills of reading skill. Okay, what is macro skill? Yes, Andrea. Okay, that's good. Another one. Yes, Christine, stand up. Okay, very good. Can you give those skills that we tackled a while ago? Okay, very good. What else? Okay, good. What about the strategies and effectives of reading skill? Yes, that's correct. And why they are important? Okay, very good. Those reading skills are very important because they form a strong relationship with each other as skills. In fact, the integration of listening and speaking with reading and writing will make learners good listeners, speaker readers, writers so as to be able to communicate effectively. Now I know you have idea of what is the reading skills of macro skill. Okay? So are you ready for your individual activities? Okay, good. Get one whole sheet of paper and type your name, section, and date. So in this activity, you will define the following question in your own opinion. So direction, in your own opinion, define the following. 1. Reading skill of macro skills. 2. Difficulty to learn reading. 3. Define and discuss the 5 reading skills. 4. Factors that help to improve reading skills. 5 reading skills vice versa of speaking. You have only 30 minutes to finish that. Is that clear? Okay. Are you done? Okay, take your time. Okay, are you done? Okay, time's up. So I'll check it later after we end our session. So class, since we don't have a quiz yet, let's do a quiz now. There's a short quiz. I'll see if you learn anything in our class today. Get 1/4 sheet of paper. So modify true or false. Write true if the statement is correct. If false, change underline words to make the statement true. So number 1, scanning a random unknown page of a text is difficult. Number 1, scanning a random unknown page of a text is difficult. 2, if you know how to skim and scan, when you are reading, you won't have to read everything truly and you will be able to take some pressure off your brain. Are you follow? Okay, that's good. 3, scanning is the act of glancing through a text for gathering a basic idea about that text. 4, slow reading is a sort of reading of skimming. 5, quick reading is sorts of reading of scanning. Again, quick reading is sort of reading of scanning. Number 6, find a word if you scan a dictionary. What are you doing? Number 7, it is good to scan a story if you want to read it quickly. 8, Skimming refers to the process of reading only main ideas with the passage to get an overall impression of the content of a reading. Scanning is reading technique to be used when you want to find specific information quickly. So number 9, in scanning, you have to question in your mind and you read a passage only to find the answer, ignoring unrelated information. So number 10, last, reading is technique of fast reading. Reading is technique of fast reading. Okay, you may now pass your work and I'll check it later. For the end of our discussion. So for your assignment, read about the viewing skills of macros to be submitted on the next met. So since we don't have a time, you may now leave and goodbye. Goodbye learners. I hope you learn